Hey everybody, it's Kyukon with another match for you today. Today I have a Zerg v Zerg on Lost Temple, and our first Zerg player spawning on the right side is a yellow Zerg, is a LiquidTLO. And on the left side spawning we have KapeWyplace, I think you pronounce it. I'm just going to be calling him Cape because I don't want to be butchering his name the whole time. For those of you who don't know LiquidTLO, he is a great high tier player. He normally plays Terran, so it's going to be interesting to watch him be Zerg in this match since I haven't seen him Zerg since very early beta. I've heard a lot of people tell me that Zerg versus Zerg matches usually aren't that interesting because it's usually just the same thing happening every time, but with TLO I really don't foresee a match ever being boring, so I really wouldn't have to worry about that. And TLO already doing something fun, getting 2 gases right away. Oh, looks like canceling them. Just looks like he was doing that just so he can get more supply out of his drones. So just wants to get as many drones out as possible. That is a very good idea. You guys should remember that one. Because when you put your drone into an extractor, it obviously kills the drone, which then allows you to build more drones since your supply has gone down. But if you cancel that, your drone comes back to life and you kind of abuse the supply system. Very good idea. TLO, of course, would be doing awesome stuff like that since he's known to. Looks like he's going up for a fast hatchery, so TLO expanding right away in this match, which, you know, if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be TLO. He's always fun to watch, always doesn't do the normal strategy, so, you know, very interesting. As, you know, Cape, on the other hand, just getting a normal gas, you know, spawning pool up, nothing real interesting on his side, except for the fact that most Zerg players don't get gas up this early. So, you know, a little interesting, not quite as much as getting an instant hatchery before even a spawning pool. So, I mean, he's really hoping on not a rush there, which is probably a good guess. And TLO finally getting his spawning pool up, still no Zerglings though. Looking at, you know, units income, you know, harvester count, TLO still isn't really ahead of yet, but of course his second expansion, his natural, still hasn't even come up yet. He should be shooting ahead in the production there any minute now, as Cape is still just, you know, producing out some Zerglings, so he, you know, might be some trouble for TLO if he gets 6 Zergling rush pretty early. And, you know, exchange of the overlords by the Xel'Naga there, both Xel'Nagas, you know, probably chatting it up. Hatchery finishing off for TLO right here, should be producing drones and hopefully getting some Zerglings out in anticipation for early rush, which it looks like he is. And the Cape is moving out with his 6 Zerglings right now, trying to take out TLO's scouting drone. You know, looks like giving up on that and going right for his main base. You know, Cape right now is scouting out the second expansion, knowing that TLO is trying something funny here with a quick expansion hatchery, his natural. TLO bringing out some Zerglings to help, you know, fight off an early rush, and looks like he's getting up a Roach Warren, so going to be going early Roaches from TLO. And, you know, maybe a little fight going on here in front of TLO's base as Cape tries to, you know, see what TLO has, but he does have a lot of Zerglings up already for getting such an early hatchery. And just more Zerglings flowing in from Cape. Still nothing else happening from Cape's base, just Zergling. Oh, looks like we're getting up a Baneling nest from, wow, Banelings versus another Zerg player. Not sure how that works. And you see how Cape fares Banelings versus Roaches, and Cape does know Roaches are coming as the Roach Horn is in TLO's expansion, which maybe TLO wants him to know he's getting Roaches if he's putting that Roach Horn there, you never know. TLO's Zerglings able to take out all of Cape's, although Cape did manage to take out some drones, it looks like. Cape running in more Zerglings, going straight for drones, it looks like, as he's still just harassing. TLO does have more harvesters, but not by much right now, as Cape's trying to take out more, but the drones, TLO was able to pull him off the line and take him down. Good micro on TLO's part, as Cape's still harassing with Zerglings, trying to make sure that TLO can't saturate the space, and really should be seeing some spine crawlers up from TLO if he can. Oh, but he does have Roaches out, so it looks like that's going to be the end of Cape's harassment, who still just going to be pumping out Zerglings, most likely going to get a speed upgrade whenever he can, and just get Banelings and see what he can do there. Looks like he already is morphing in some Banelings, seeing how Banelings fare against this Roach Zergling army that TLO has, while he's trying to get more drones in his base. And Cape looking ready to move in with his Banelings, seeing what damage he can do. Maybe trying to take out the Roach Horn so that stops, and just kind of teasing TLO right now. TLO finally Looks like Zerglings might be able to take out this army by themselves, but no. Moving back as now TLO does see the Banelings. Banelings trying to get there since... Oh, Banelings take down almost all of TLO's Zerglings. Wow, and these Zerglings are going to clean up the roaches and could do some very big damage to TLO's secondary expansion, as Cape is just bringing in more Zerglings, still not doing anything else on his base. TLO is getting some more drones up though, hopefully he can keep them alive with his roaches, but these Zerglings are just overwhelming TLO right now. Looks like he's going to have to build even more roaches, try and hold this off, as the Zerglings are rushing up, trying to kill as many drones as possible, most likely, before TLO really gets a big roach army that, you know, he won't be able to handle anymore. And Zergling's just completely harassing TLO's line. This could be very bad for TLO, as he does have an expansion up, but still not really winning the harvester count right now. And these Zerglings just doing lots of damage. TLO, nothing, you know, fast expansion not working out against those Banelings who just completely wiped out half of his army. TLO scrambling, trying to do something with his roaches to get these Zerglings down. I mean, roaches should be able to take out Zerglings, no problem, but there are a lot, and just more pumping in as they're attacking his secondary, almost taking that out, but just pumping more in, trying to take out roaches with his Zerglings, still just bringing in more Zerglings. He has the advantage now. Why stop? He's almost stopping all of TLO's production as he just keeps harassing these workers, as he's just trying to pump out roaches for his life, really. Nothing else he can do. TLO not looking too good right now, as these Zerglings are just annihilating. Forced to pull drones off the line again to try and take care of this problem, but will it be enough to stop all these Zerglings? Even more Banelings coming up now. Not doing as much damage as the last time, but still, I mean, harvester count not looking good for having a second hatchery up, as just more Zerglings pouring in from Cape, as he's really doing a great job harassing TLO, although he is getting a nice roach army up now, which should be able to handle the problem any minute now. I mean, that many roaches versus Zerglings shouldn't be working, but these Zerglings are trying to take out his natural expansion now, which he had low from lots of harassment before. It looks like they are going to succeed. TLO does lose his quick hatchery, which he tried for at the beginning, and that's not good for TLO. Lots of drones wasted, lots of minerals wasted. I mean, looking at units lost, TLO just not that far behind, actually. Banelings, you know, not that cheap either, but, you know, many more units lost than Cape, but Cape, you know, still, wow, lost a lot more resources than I would have expected, as now TLO seems to be transitioning to Banelings, seeing as how well it was working for Cape. And I mean, Banelings with the roaches will help a lot, as now Cape's finally starting to expand, finally changing his strategy after doing so much harassment to TLO, keeping his unit production at a minimum, as harvester count is now even. And TLO just making sure no more harassment can happen with those roaches, which, man, he was not doing too well there at one point. I was pretty scared, but looks like he's making a pretty good comeback, still trying to rebuild his bases. You know, roaches and Banelings, hopefully enough to take out this massive Zergling army. As Cape does look like he's trying to get ready again, see how much of an army TLO has, or if he's trying to rebuild. And the Zerglings are coming in, seeing a big roach army, probably going to be backing off, seeing as they won't be able to surround all that. And TLO now has Banelings warping in for himself, as it looks like Cape has transitioned out of Banelings, and now it's just trying to build up his economy, thinking he has such a huge advantage. Roach warning up for Cape now too, so very should be even army, sorry. Zerglings just trying to build up a bigger army, probably waiting for roaches to pop for Cape, as TLO's making a push with all of his Banelings and roaches. And oop, Zerglings just dancing around, waiting for the right time to attack, as now Cape has his roaches up too, gonna be doing an all-in attack with TLO. This could be a very big battle to determine who takes it, as TLO's all of Cape's Zerglings get taken out by TLO's Banelings. Very good play by TLO, transitioning the Banelings at the perfect time to counter his Baneling army, and looks like those roaches may be able to take out everything, as they're just doing massive damage. It looks like Cape doesn't really have anything to prevent that now. He lost so many Zerglings from those few amount of Banelings that there's really no real way he can recover that much, as long as TLO brings in another army, which he should have the minerals for. And just continuing to harass by TLO. TLO really taking out his base. Great micro by TLO, not losing any of his roaches. Those Banelings went in perfectly to attack the Zerglings. Just doesn't get much better than that. TLO now just rebuilding his army up a little bit, getting a few more Banelings to take out the remaining Zerglings that Cape has, as those Banelings are very effective. Looks like Kape's trying to snipe out the banelings if he can, but just really, those roaches are getting picked off as Kape realizing that not much he can do with his army. Just kind of feared by that one baneling could do so much damage, but it doesn't matter. TLO is going to continue to harass and take out a queen. Now Kape's really in trouble. Kape, not many units left, nothing he can do as he's getting taken out by TLO's great roach army, and now forcing the pull drones off the line, just not going to be enough. TLO, just great micro on his part, really able to come back from early baneling harassment, which looked like he was going to lose after he lost that hatchery right off the bat. Quick expand didn't really work out for him, but he was able to transition out it very nicely and really make a great comeback with not much to work with. And Kape calling GG, that's going to be TLO's victory as he just out micros. Even with a rough start, TLO is able to take the victory, and that's going to be it for me. So Kyukon signing out. Thanks a lot, guys.